Okay guys, so you're thinking of buying your metal detector, you've checked the weight and you think you go along all the different machines and you think, oh, that feels nice and light, that's suitable for me. Even a machine that's light, if it's not set up properly, is going to feel heavy. And by that I mean, if you can see me from here, if you've got a metal detector, I know this has got a bigger coil, so even one with a 10-inch coil or an 8-inch coil, if you've got it set and it's too far forward, it's going to put a lot of strain on your back, your shoulder and your wrist because you're overextending with the machine, which is wrong. It's the same if you've got a machine with the stems pulled out far too big for you and you've got stubble fields in your arms like so and you're trying to swing it like so, then you're going to end up with a sore shoulder and a sore back. The way you properly set a metal detector up is you put your heel in front of your toe and you loosen the middle, the stem, so that you can sit it there. Ideally you want the back of the coil touching your toe of your foot that's in the front, like so. That's the way you should see it. Your shoulders should be nice and straight, your arms should be just stretched down so that now that's perfect for my detecting position. It's not too far in front of me, it's not too high up, so what I do is I just bend down and lock it. So that's my perfect metal detecting position. There, perfect. See it? I'm not bending forward, it's not a way up here, it's just perfect. And then I can detect shoulder to shoulder, nice short sweeps, absolutely perfect. Okay, so that's the proper metal detecting position. You put your heel in front of your toe so as it touches, and then you put the back of the coil in front of the toe at the front, and with your arms straight you should be able to let the middle stem down so that you're nice and positioned like so, and then clip it shut. That's your perfect metal detecting position. Alright, so now that we've got it set, the next thing we want to do is we want to make sure the machine is light enough for us. Alright, and with that I mean light. I've got a machine here, the GPX, with a big massive coil. That thing weighs an absolute ton. Okay, and when I use that I've got to use what's called a harness. So again, that's another thing that can help. If a machine that you want, just for saying you want a machine that's a bit heavier than the XP8 Deus and you're worrying about the weight, well, you can get a thing here, and I would recommend these are the best harnesses I've used. That's your Minelab Pro Swing. The Minelab Pro Swing is perfect. It fits over, which I'm going to explain in the next section of the video. It will fit over here. It's got a strap here and a strap here, and what you've got is you've got a bungee that comes from here, and you put a little attachment on your metal detector on the stem just under the control box, and then it just clips on, and then you fit that so that it's just perfect for the way I showed you. So it would just be perfect, which I'll show you in the next section of the video. Then you can swing that, and the harness is taking all the weight, so you've not got the weight of the machine. Now this setup has really helped me lately because I've had quite a bit of bother here. It's actually getting better now, maybe because I've been using the harness. But since I started using the harness again, because I was using the Manticore with the 15-inch coil and stubble, which is probably putting a bit of pressure on it, so I started using the harness, and since then it's helped my elbow and it means I can detect longer. So what we've ascertained so far is build quality. Before we even get into build quality, it's weight. We need to always check that the detector is light enough for us that we can swing it for long hours, because when you're detecting all day, maybe 7-8 hours detecting, that's a long time and it's repetitive. And a lot of the time we're brushing through stubble and grass and things like that, or if there's if it's a ploughed road or a ploughed field, it sticks to the bottom of the coil, which makes it even heavier. So again, a harness is a great investment, and the harnesses now are 100 times better than what they used to be. They were rubbish years ago. Okay, so here we've got the Minelab harness. This is what I use for my Equinox with a 15-inch coil, the Manticore with a 15-inch coil, and I also use it for my Minelab GPX. So very easy to get on. Just put it over your shoulders like so. It's got a clip at the bottom. Clip. Just like a rucksack. And a clip here to hold it onto your chest. And that's important to put that on because that's where most of the kind of tension is. Fully adjustable to your right size. Nice and comfy there, as you can see. So what I've got is I've got a loop here, see it? A loop. So I'm going to clip on my detector to that. So if I've got my Minelab GPX, what I do, it's got a clip here, see it? And it's got attached onto the metal detector there. That can be adjusted up or down to suit yourself. So what I do is, I just put that through there, clip it in, see it, just clips in, right? So when I'm detecting, as you can see, I'm not even holding the detector and it's holding it. Put my arm in. Now this is a big heavy machine and I can use that all day. There you go. As you see, if I relax, it's still off the ground. I can push it down to the desired distance from the ground, which is about 1 inch, and I can metal detect all day long like that. And that way, if I need to let it go, I can let it go. Take some of that pressure off your shoulder. Absolutely brilliant. Compared to the ones for years ago, it's brilliant, as you can see. Excellent. So there you go. It's a Minelab harness. Absolutely brilliant bit of kit. If you end up looking at second-hand stuff, the new ones, got a hard bit here. Some of them haven't got that hard bit. You need that because that holds the machine. It's like a L-shaped bracket. So you're better buying it new, and that way you've got it and it's yours forever. So getting on to build quality, I know I'm using the XP Dace, but I've got loads of machines here. First thing you want to look at is build quality is your coil lugs. Good quality thick coil lugs. They're not very thin, which can snap with the stubble. So that's a good thickness there. Okay, so what manufacturers try to do is they try to make the machines really light, which sacrifice the build quality of some of the machines, but they're starting to rectify that and change it. See, a lot of the stems now, really lightweight, see it? Nice, they've got, a lot of them have got carbon shafts as well, which make the machine really light. They break down. Again, good lugs here, good lugs, nice and light. Control box is light. This machine's actually wireless, good flexi arm cups so they're no brittle and break. I say a lot of the machines now are really light, so it's no, that breaks down nice like Starship Enterprise. The machines now, I say, are excellent build quality, very light, that you can swing all day. Generally, you can swing this all day without a harness, just with a normal stock coil on it. You wouldn't need a harness with that probably, unless you had any shoulder ailments. But if you not got any problems, you could swing that all day, as you could with a lot of the other machines. So build quality, we want to look at coil lugs, make sure that they've good suitable coil lugs. Stem, ideally a carbon shaft is good because it's less it gets less damage with the sand and grit and dirt. So if it's one that's painted, like the DS one there's painted, your Vanquishes, your Xterra Pro is painted, but as you can see that's carbon, so that makes a big difference because it can just be washed and cleaned and it doesn't get scraped. But you can buy covers for machines that's not carbon. You can buy them and put wee covers on them that stops them getting scratched. It all helps if you want to resell the machine. Alright, so we've looked at stems, looked at the weight, coils. Coil size can make a difference. If you've got a 12-inch coil, that can make the machine a bit heavier because it's a bigger coil. If that's the case, look for a machine with an 8-inch coil or a 10-inch coil, which again is going to make it lighter and it's easier to get through the stubble. Okay, so that's another thing we're looking at build. Also, you want one with an arm strap so that when you put your arm in, this takes a bit of the weight. Never use it without the arm strap, because what happens is it starts popping out at the back and you end up holding everything with your wrist. So you don't want to be doing that. You want to make sure it's got an arm strap. Okay, so we've covered the weight of the machine, harnesses, proper setup, the length of the machine, build quality. As I say, you're not really going to get any machines that's bad build quality now. Features, waterproofing. A lot of the machines now are waterproof, or weatherproof even, but most of them are waterproof to about 3 metres, which means that you could wade in rivers if you want to do rivers. You can do that, and if you drop your machine you don't need to worry about it getting wet or anything like that, so that's an absolute bonus. Years ago you would have paid a couple of £1,000 for a waterproof machine, or £1,500. Now you get waterproof machines at £300, so what you're getting now for your money is fantastic. So again, waterproofed, which means headphones. So some machines are waterproof, but you've got to buy additional waterproof headphones, because a lot of them are wireless headphones now, and the wireless doesn't work if your machine's submerged. Alright, it breaks the signal up. So what you need to do is buy waterproof headphones, which are usually screw in, and they're waterproof up here. So that's another additional cost if you want to go in and do rivers and things like that. So build quality, again, you want to make sure you get a machine with a coil cover. See it? These coil covers should be kept on. As I say, there's one there for the Nocta. That's a coil cover. They're only about £18, £15 to £20. And what happens is, when that wears out, you want to replace it so that you're not damaging the coil itself. So they're not as thick as they used to be for lightness, but I would be looking to probably replace that every 6 months. If I was just using one machine, I would probably wear that out 6 months. So that's something that needs changed regular, is your coil cover. Alright, so I think that covers build. We've covered coils, basically stems, armrests, coil lugs, connections. They're basically all the same now. They're basically standard, just clip close. The strap for the arm. If a machine's not waterproof, then you need a control box cover, which is this type of thing. Oops, it is it. So that's one for the Vanquishes. That keeps the rain off it, because they're not waterproof, they're weatherproof with this on it. Okay, so again, think about the machine you're going to buy, think of the weight, think you're going to need an additional harness to use it, which is going to cost extra money because they're about £100 and odd. So you're going to need a machine with a smaller coil. As you can see, that one in the Vanquish is an 8-inch coil. compared to the one that was on the Deuce there, which was 13, or the one that's on the Nocta double score is a 12. That all contributes to the weight. Alright, but most machines are just a couple of pound in weight now, so they're pretty decent and they're pretty suitable for like teenagers to use as well. So it means if you're buying one for the family that everybody can have a wee go. Alright, another thing we're looking at is the machine rechargeable. Again, most of the machines now are all rechargeable batteries. So you just basically plug a USB in and charge them. When you charge them, you usually get a full day out of charge easily. So most of the machines are rechargeable. If you're buying a machine that takes batteries, then ideally I would buy rechargeable batteries, good Li-ion batteries, so that you can recharge them, and then it saves you a lot of money, plus it's better for the environment. You're not just throwing batteries away every week. So I would definitely buy rechargeable batteries. Okay, so ideally what you're looking for is a light machine, well built, even with a carbon shaft, that's waterproof, it's rechargeable. Can also take wireless headphones, but you can also buy waterproof headphones with it. That's basically build quality features. We're going to jump onto some of the features that you would maybe be looking for in a basic metal detector, and we'll build it up to what features you could really do without. It's just really cosmetic, because a lot of the time the more features they've got, the more money they cost. So you really want to just see, right, what features do I really need that I'll generally use, because there's a lot of features on a metal detector that you probably won't use. It's just basically, again, cosmetic. So we're going to go over that and we'll start going through that in the next section. Alright?